It's another peaceful morning at Carmel High School. Nothing really ever happens here. Well, almost nothing.
Whoa, see that guy right there? Looks like he's hit rock bottom, or has recently declared bankruptcy. Well, believe it or not, that guy's actually me. Now you're probably wondering how I got myself into this wacky situation. Well, it started about 7 weeks ago when we started writing this macro script.
Two, one, two, three. My name is Dan Bates and I teach AP so much macro you wouldn't believe. I'm actually old, but I look for three, one, two, three. Just rated A kids test. You got a D. I'd be surprised if he even gets rid of three. You kids don't have nothing on me. I've seen your pre-response made. IQ drop. All your dumb answer time to stop if you don't have an A+. I'm just going to mock some of you. Don't read the book. All you do is talk debates for the win AP. I'm your best, but just don't be mad with the C. Kid. Don't let your credit pass you, but look real. Close the book. Don't lie. We're about to have a hard test. Let's get it started. I teach AP macroeconomics. Sexy. Try to gamble down invest. So I'm rich as
Hey guys, how are we doing on the project?
Hey Joseph, yeah, we're about here on the progress meter.
So, what do we have down for the project?
Not much.
Why we just roll with that?
I mean, memes, really? Like, what are you gonna do, a flex day bad?
Why not?
Joe Kim here with Flex Tape, the super strong deflation-proof tape that instantly shifts aggregate demand over to the right. Flex Tape is no ordinary tape. It's thick, adhesive, virtually attracts the unemployed, raising the inflation rate instantly.
It patches up holes in the economy like a tax cut.
To show you the power of Flex Tape, I saw this graph in half and fixed it along the long-term aggregate supply with Flex Tape. There, good as new. Nothing is better for the economy besides Flex Tape.
I mean, if you think that'll work, but don't you need to sell like a boat and half or something?
I'll see what I can do. What did you have in mind?
I mean, maybe something with free real estate?
The following advertisement is for Dan Bates only.
It's free real estate.
Impossible, right? Nothing is free.
You're right, there's an opportunity cost.
But it's free real estate.
Free.
It's a free house for you, Dan.
This is free real estate.
You gotta bring your graph of production possibilities and your knowledge of real estate supply and demand, but everything else is free.
We're giving you land.
We could have built a farm on it, but we're giving it to you.
We're giving you a home. We could have given it to someone else.
It's a free house, Dan.
Quantity demanded is only going to go up for this, and as a result, the price level is going to increase. So come get your free house, Dan.
It's a 2-bedroom house. It's free. It's got a cornfield in the back.
I'm not carrying this around all day.
It's your house, Dan.
It's free real estate. I'll pee my pants.
The house is free.
It's free real estate.
The house is free.
It's free real estate.
Bridget, why is there a for sale sign in our yard?
I guess that could work. I could try and do some animation for it, maybe.
like how would we integrate it?
I mean, it could be pretty easy, like easier than explaining any of the stuff we learned in class when thinking. Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that.
We could do something a little like this, maybe, to talk about the Phillips curve.
Wait, hold up. If it's that easy, what can you just like animate me?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Yo, what's up guys? Are we talking about AP macro?
Yeah, currently trying to explain the Phillips curve for our real-life counterparts.
Oh, that. Okay, so
In essence, the Phillips curve, developed by William Phillips, describes an inverse relationship between money or wage changes and unemployment. Modern Phillips curve models usually include a short-term Phillips curve and a long-term model. That's because in the short term, there generally is an inverse relationship between the inflation and unemployment rate. But in the long term, this relationship breaks down and the economy eventually returns to the natural level of unemployment, regardless of the inflation rate.
Wait, wasn't there something about deer?
I think you're referring to stagflation.
Yeah, that.
You know, that actually has nothing to do with the animal, but with high levels of both inflation and unemployment. In the 1970s, countries experienced stagflation, which according to the Phillips curve couldn't happen. It's led to a couple of spin-offs and variations on the Phillips curve that you may see today.
Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. You were talking about multipliers earlier. I know it sounds tedious, but it's relatively simple.
So interesting.
Yup, so in AP Macro, there's a couple ways of using multipliers. Basically, the multiplier effect is a measure of change that an independent variable causes on something like GDP. You studied fiscal multipliers, even if you don't remember it. For a really simple example, let's say that the American government increases spending by $100 and it causes the American GDP to increase by $150. Thus, the spending multiplier is 1.5. Simple, right? Well, that's in relation to marginal propensity to save and consume, or MPC. Are you guys asleep? Christ help us. Okay, if this is how it's gotta be.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Guys, you need to wake up. Your final is next class. Here, we'll make this a little more interesting. In round 1 of the multiplier, there's a change in a variable. Let's say that the government invests into building a statue of Donkey from Shrek. They contract a construction company to do this for $1.
Wow, that's a cheap-ass statue. What?
Did you have to? Did you have to say that? It was implied. Anyway, the construction company would spend an amount of consumption times $1. In round 2, the construction company would spend money by paying other companies for cement and like art materials and stuff. So the amount paid, C, would be used.
Oh my god, we can't do this again.
Can you maybe let me do what I have to do? What you need to do is putting us all to sleep.
I just don't get it. Like, I didn't get it the first time, and I still don't get it now.
How do you not understand this?
I didn't study, like, at all.
No, we didn't either.
But you had like all this past year to study, so why didn't you?
Well...
Let's talk about why Shrek 2 is actually one of the greatest sequels of all time. No, I'm not memeing you.
I was busy, okay? It's not like you have any other job here than to be the macro experts. Well, I do pride myself on being better than you'll ever be, because I know how to manage my time and overcome my crippling fears that I'm not smart enough to make it in life. I also know that the multiplier is 1 over MPS, which I know you didn't know how to do during the test. Did you just expose me to my entire AP macro class? Yes, I did. Well, you're not wrong.
Wait. So expand on that part, the 1 over MPS. Isn't that just what all it boils down to?
Pretty much. 1 over MPS can also be written down as 1 over 1 minus MPC, since the MPC plus MPS always equals 1.
Okay, I think I sort of understand.
Okay, but just to clarify MPC, by the way, it's the change in consumption divided by the disposable income that produces the consumption, right?
Yep. Say income, for instance, 1 is 120 and the consumption is 120. Next instance, income is 180 and consumption is 170.
So here, change is consumption, or delta C is 50, and delta Y is 60. Therefore, MPC is delta C over delta Y, which equals about 83%. Should I feel insulted that you guys know more about this than we do? Oh no, probably not. We were literally made to do this.
Still stings.
Man, so this is what I would look like if I actually studied.
Ah, so you're what I would look like if I had no friends and played video games all day. Good to know.
Hey, at least I don't play Fortnite.
Yeah, but Fortnite is an example of a closed economy, and it's better than browsing in normative economic forums on Reddit.
I'm not the one with the failing grade in calc.
Hey,
I'm a figment
don't
of
bring
your
that up.
Boys.
No, right?
Yo, so do we want to talk about banking or are we avoiding that?
Oof, I think we would need another episode entirely to talk about that bombshell.
Got it.
Wait, what was that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The holy hand grenade of
Antioch.
Is that a Monty Python reference?
Maybe.
There's a note on the bottom.
Use this only if money, banking, and financial institutions come up.
Dude, give it back! Dude, give it back! Now, give it back to me!
Well, I mean, if we're on the topic, might as well discuss it.
So let's start with the fun. What money is
Give me the grenade! When are you planning on using this? Stop it! What do you mean the grenade back?
Steal it, that's a copyright infringement.
What did you just do?
I don't know, my hand slipped.
What's going on? What happens when it goes off?
Due to fortunate yet equally unfortunate animation budget cuts, the group was saved from the holy hand grenade, but then had to film the rest of the video on a crappy phone camera with terrible quality, just like everyone else did.
Hey guys, I got the script. We don't need to do PowerPoint anymore.
It's free real estate. I gotta make sure these memes are legal.
So, PowerPoint it is.
Through the power of AP macroeconomics, we have proof that Shrek 2 is indeed a perfect sequel.
I'm not reading that.
Yes, you're reading that too.
Okay. 2 to 1 from 1 to 3. My name is Dan Bates and I teach AP so much macro you wouldn't believe. I'm actually old, but I look for 3 to 1 from 1 to 3. Just rated a kids tell you got a D. I'd be surprised.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
For the win AP Mac, I'm your best, but just don't be mad.